Yes, guys, hello. Welcome back to the Spurs Related YouTube channel and audio podcast. I hope you're all doing well out there and staying safe. As always, we have got Andre of Spurs Related alongside me. We haven't been live for a couple of days, but guess what? We've got an action-packed 4 days coming up. Today, we've got the Man City preview. Friday, we've got fan phoning Friday. Saturday, we have got the match review after the City game. And Sunday, unfortunately, we had to reschedule it. It is that quiz. We've got the Irish Hotspur up against the Tottenham on tour, boys. It's going to be an absolute blast. So, if the worst does happen tomorrow, we've got that to look forward to as a bit of a laugh, guys. So make sure you tune in every single day and hit the like button if you love the content. But Andre, without further ado, how you doing, my man? And how's things?
Well, can't be too optimistic right now. I'm a little scared about what's going to happen. I'm always going to think positively, but Tottenham has given me no hope right now. And if you've seen what Conte has said recently, that makes it even worse.
Absolutely. I mean, it was an interesting interview that he gave to 4 different broadcasters in the UK, and a lot of the quotes are being sort of maybe misinterpreted or maybe glorified a little bit, but we'll get to that in just a minute. But yeah, for sure, a lot of the quotes have been circulating across radio, across the broadcast, and it's certainly something we're going to look into because, wow, he really made some statements and made his feelings clear to Daniel Levy. But without further ado, also, let's welcome, some of the Spurs-related family. I had a great comment the other day. I forgot to say about it, Andre. We had a comment from someone on one of our YouTube videos, and they said it was where I was saying, what should we call our kind of followers, our people that watch the videos, and someone said they should call it the Spurs-related family because related and family, the whole play on words there. I quite like that. So maybe we use Spurs-related family. I think I said Spurs-related army, but I think everyone uses army. I quite like Spurs-related family. I do like that. I get the related family. I think that's really clever. But without further ado, Iron Army in it as usual. It's just like the tick off the list, the bingo words that we saying. Iron Army's always in here because he is. What a legend! Big yourself up. He said a win against City would be a great start to the half term. Yeah, absolutely. That would be a really good start to all the holidays over there. And Bobby K, what a legend! He says, "Big up, lads. COYS, hope you're well. Hope you're doing well as well, mate." And I hope Canada maybe has got a bit warmer. Maybe Andre, you could tell me that.
A little warmer, but there's been some sort of forecast that's going to be more snow. So I mean, that's Canada for you. Whatever, it gets warm and cold.
We've actually got red weather warnings, which are really rare. We've got massive storms coming in England tomorrow, especially in the southwest. So it could go up to 100-mile-an-hour winds. You guys are probably thinking that's nothing, but I mean, because you guys get like tornadoes and all sorts in North America. But I mean, it's absolutely crazy. But we'll see how that is tomorrow. The trains are boring. Said the relatables. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. How did we not think of that? Spurs-relatables. That's brilliant. These names are absolutely fantastic. So we've got Spurs-related family or Spurs-related relatables. No, Spurs. We don't even need to say related relatables. Just Spurs-related. I can't even do it. Spurs, because I'm so used to saying Spurs-related. But there you go. That's quality. But big yourself up, trains. And he says during Conte's Sky Italia interview, he said he wanted experienced players that play. Makes me wonder if getting rid of Toby was a good idea. He was much more consistent than Davies, Dyer, and Sanchez. Yeah, absolutely. He definitely wanted experienced players. For me, I said it right at the time. I don't know why we got rid of Toby Alderweireld so soon. It just, I mean, yes, he was getting old. Yes, he was sort of losing his pace, but surely Toby Alderweireld was still getting to our back five, right?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's freaking Slippin' FC at the back or ball watching FC, whatever you want to call it. It's bad. Slippin' Davies and Davies and Sanchez getting caught and spinning around, getting spun around.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. You're spot on though. Bobby K is saying first when you think of a lot of interviews First, when you think a lot of the interview has been taken out of context and misinterpreted, this is what I'm saying. This is why we're going to go through it and sort of pick out the key facts and not really read into them too much. Alistair Gold, actually, I was reading before I came on stream, did a really good article and said, like, let's not read into this interview too much. It doesn't mean he's like leaving in the summer just because he wasn't happy with the window. Don't forget, we've got the summer window. I think that's when we really judge it. On the summer window, if we get what he wants, if we start spending big, then we know we're serious about the Conte project. Until then, we just think it doesn't make sense. I mean, and he made one of the statements clear. He said, 2 players coming in and 4 players going out, you've immediately weakened in terms of numbers. He said something along those lines. And this is exactly what we were saying, why me and Andre gave it a 6 out of 10, because even Conte's not happy with the fact that our squad may have been lifted of some dead wood, but actually in numbers, we're worse off, aren't we, Andre?
Yeah, there's not many options. I think we were talking about that last podcast too. As mad as we could be, there's no like fixed plan B. It's just plan A and then a bunch of little plans just to change things up, but nothing's really going down. The fact that Sessegnon came off and Kulu came on just completely says everything. Like that's what we had to bring. No one else.
Exactly, and he's only just joined. He hasn't embedded into the Premier League. He hasn't got used to English football, and he's being brought on in the 28th minute. It's absolutely crazy. But really good comment there, Bobby. Madge, I've never seen you before. Big yourself up, mate. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. He says, so sad how bad we are. I can't understand where our players, when our players leave, they play very well and fight in every match. I don't know what's the problem with our atmosphere at the club. This is it. Like, you look at so many players that have left, like even like 5-6 years ago. Look at Kyle Walker, was an unbelievable right back for us, but then went on to another level at Man City, won trophies, became an absolutely complete right back. And it happens time and time again where these players kind of leave and go on to do wonderful things. And it's really, really frustrating. I mean, we could list so many examples, even the players we thought, hang on a minute, they're terrible, and they leave and actually be good, like end up being good players. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, well, it's about bringing the right players, and I did say you had to give Conte credit and Levy credit to a point. He brought in he brought in players that Conte had and that Paratici had on the list. But the thing is, we got rid of so many players and didn't bring in enough, and that's what Conte's basically saying. It's not that he wants to leave; it's just that the reality of the situation is we don't have many players. There's no plan B. There's no plan C. It's just plan A. And if it doesn't work out, we just have to hope for the best. And that's what's killing us right now.
But that's the thing. We shouldn't be hoping for the best. We should really be turning this team into something special under a special manager. And I was discussing with a colleague at work today, and I was just saying, like, you look at where we were in 2019, Champions League final, was it third in the league? And you think to yourself, now we're talking about maybe getting top 4, probably, let's be honest, getting top 6. We're obviously not in the Champions League. We're out of the 3rd tier of European competition. We're out of the League Cup. We've got the FA Cup still. Yes, that's great. But realistically, we have gone down a good couple of notches, and you have to turn and look to recruitment and look at the investment. If we're not investing in the club, like that's when we should have invested. When we got so far and so near, we needed those extra couple of players. Instead, what happened? Kieran Trippier left, who people are saying they want back. Other players then left a couple of seasons later. Jan Vertonghen, Toby Alderweireld, Moussa Dembele. These players that have Ericsson. These players that have never really been actually properly replaced. I mean, it's just mind-boggling, but great comment there, Madge. Great talking point that you brought up. Kane's here, big yourself up, Nick. He says, big up, boys. We shouldn't have got rid of Jan or Toby when we did. Absolutely. This is it. And if we do get rid of them, you have to replace them. I was watching Inter Milan last night against Liverpool. Bastoni looks like an unbelievable player. We have to look at these players. Yeah. Conte asked for patience from the fans. He's earned that right. We got to give him time. Exactly. And a lot of people are already taken out of consideration, like the context of the Conte interview. Don't read into it too much. Also, there's also that kind of media twist and also the slight language barrier. Conte's English is decent, but it's not the best. So what he says, he may not mean. And he even said that when he got asked about the Y word and his opinion on that. He said, I don't want to comment. I don't want to I don't know enough about it. I don't want anything to be twisted. And this is exactly it. You've got to take everything he says with a little bit of pinch of salt. Also, emotions play a big part of this as well.
Yeah, language barrier. When you direct translate it, it can be, there can be a lot of misinterpretation. As someone who speaks 3 languages, it happens all the time. There may be a certain word that when it's directly translated, it might be correct, but it's not exactly what he means. And in this case, he's not really saying that he's like unhappy, wants to leave. He's just saying that the reality is we have less players, there is less options, even if the signings were good.
Exactly. Spot on. He says Dortmund seem to be the German version of us. They just got clattered 4-2 by Rangers. Yeah, what a result for Rangers, by the way, at the Dortmund Stadium as well. Unbelievable. Evening, guys. Says Atavatron. I've absolutely butchered that. I'm so sorry. Says, evening, guys. The atmosphere at the club is the poison of complacency and incompetency. This is instilled at the very top of the club by our disastrous ownership. The fish rots from the head down. Absolutely, mate. You're spot on. Absolutely spot on. I love those words as well. Like, this club is so incompetent. You're right. And the ownership is disastrous. It's literally what I've just been saying. The decision making, the investment, it's all wrong at the moment. And it's always going to come back to that, especially when we're not like, this would be put under a carpet if we were top 4 right now. But unfortunately, you have to bring it back out from under the carpet when things don't go so right. So it's a really interesting point, and big yourself up. Thanks for joining again. I'm going to call you Wembley. I think that's what I called you last time. So big yourself up. Correction, Conte said on paper, our side may look weaker because of numbers, but from all the reports, he wanted them players gone to improve the morale in the locker room. Ali Gold confirmed. Yes, so that's what I was reading. This Alistair Gold kind of write up about, a lot of the words he used was, they were quite like, what's the word, like woolly words. They weren't to the point. They were like saying, well, it is a bit like this. It is a bit like this. He was using a lot of words that, did side towards the fact you got to not worry too much. And that's what I've been reading.
Yeah, makes sense. It's true. We just have less players on paper. We do. We may have, like I said, they're good signings. It's just we have less players, and that's a lot to question on how many players we could bring in. Yes, January is a hard window, but reports are saying that Tottenham were trying to go for other players. And I'm sure Conte was very disappointed with the fact that he was expecting more players to come in. He wanted a right wing back. He wanted a center back.
Yeah, exactly. And this goes with the whole centre-back thing. Bastoni would easily cost 60 million. Spurs won't pay it. And why would he leave a championship-winning team? You've got to put point SOF and welcome on in, by the way. But the problem is, the Premier League is such an attraction, right? And do you know what the bigger attraction is? Premier League and Champions League. And this is why I said to invest in January. If we invested more in January, we get over the line to top 4. We beat Man United, who are out of form. We beat Arsenal, who are really inconsistent. We beat West Ham, who really haven't got that top quality. We beat them to top 4. The top 4, imagine light at the end of the tunnel. You can see it. But we haven't got the quality to get to the light at the end of the tunnel at the moment. So what we've done is we've not invested enough. We're going to fall short, probably, without being too pessimistic here. But that's what the overall fan base probably expect. And then we go, okay, in summer, we're going to invest. Well, a lot of these players are going to go to the team that finished 4th or the team that finished in the top 4 because they can offer Champions League football. It's almost so simple when you sit here and, we can say it. We can see it from a mile off. But surely these owners consider that players are attracted by the best football, the Champions League football. That's why we were able to, attract these players in the first place, like Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen, Ericsson. They left like Ajax and Belgian clubs to come here for Champions League football. But it's not a hard equation, really. Ellie's in here. Big yourself up, Ellie. Thanks for joining. She says, the matter that Conte's interview was interpreted is not vital, as everyone can see we didn't sign the players for the positions we needed them in most. That shows me we're not respectful to him. Yeah, I would agree. Like, he's clearly mentioned it for a reason, right? He's probably been targeted on certain questions about it. But at the same time, it's very interesting why, he's obviously not happy about it, is he, Andre?
Well, no, it's you're never going to just lash out at the club unless maybe you're a little ballsy like Mourinho or something. But I think that it's like when Pochettino was really, really getting pressured right at the end, and he said about the house, and it's like having a nice house and not having it furnished, right?
Yeah.
Same thing here. He's basically calling it out, saying we need more numbers. We need quality numbers. I like what we're doing, but there's patience needed. And the players that I really wanted, we needed more in the January, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Let's whiz through a couple more comments, and then we're going to get into the preview of the game, because I know that Andre has prepared some great stats for you guys and analytics into the game. Wembley says, I'm old enough to remember us getting relegated in 77, and the atmosphere around the club was better then. We were crap, obviously, but we fought every game and the fans behind the team. Wow, that's just such an incredible thing to hear. Like, that's bad for now, but like the fact that you've pulled out what? Let's think. Maybe 40 years ago. Is that right? 40 years ago? The atmosphere was better when we were relegated? When we were nearly relegated? I mean, when we did get relegated.
I don't think we've ever gotten relegated, have we?
I think we did. But I mean, yeah. Anyway, Pau Torres turned down the move to Spurs because no Champions League football. We badly need to attract players. Unfortunately, our board didn't buy top players when we qualified for 4 years straight. And this is it. And now we're not qualifying 4 years straight or even 1 year straight, and we can't attract the players. And this probably has something to do with why we couldn't get more players in January. Maybe we inquired for some behind the scenes that we didn't actually know about, and we didn't get them because they didn't want to, turn away from Champions League football, Europa League football. We can't even offer Conference League football, Andre. We can't even offer anything.
Yeah, it's really bad. I don't know what to do, man. It's too late. He wants to bring players that right now don't feel like coming in. Like, I think I saw a report that DeVry, we were trying to get him in January. He didn't want to come. Why would he come here? Yeah. He's about to win. He's currently in Serie A, competing for the title, and he's in Champions League. Why would he come here?
Yeah, exactly. Kane's saying, I'd rather wait till summer and sign the right players. Panic buying has got us into this situation. It's about finding the balance, to be honest with you. And I feel like we needed at least one more player this window. That's my thought, and I think a lot of people probably will agree. We're having a hard time getting the quality of players this rate. We're going to have a hard time getting any kind of manager to come in. Exactly. Conte could easily walk if he doesn't get what he wants. Let's be real about this. The guy doesn't exactly need money. If he doesn't want to be there and he's unhappy and it's causing him mental stress, then why would he stay around?
Well, I mean, I don't think Tottenham would want. I don't think he would want to have a club that he's never won a trophy at on his record.
Yeah, but maybe you don't know if we're going to win the FA Cup, right? He's not going to get it back in the summer, and then he's going to walk. He's ticked his box, After initially not wanting to join us, I can't believe AC would later agree to manage us without some assurances of transfer funds. I can only hope, but there is something to do with the rumours and new investment. Chris is in here, says, evening lads, pick yourself up. He says, I'm taking Conte's comments with a pinch of salt. It took years for Liverpool to build up. Let's see what happens in the summer. Absolutely. And he says, are you ready for my score predictions, lads? Yeah, exactly. We'll get you on the fan phone-in show tomorrow if you want again, Ellie, and we can hear your spot-on predictions as always. Yes, we did go relegated in the 70s. Bobby K, big up. I can't understand why the club won't invest in January. Seems like you're going to do massive investment in the summer. It makes no sense. You need to Champions League to attract players. This is what I'm saying, Dara. This is exactly what I just said. Big yourself up. Yes, we finished rock bottom of the old Division 1 in the 76-77 season. A lot of love in the chat for you guys in terms of you're all talking to each other. I love this. I absolutely love this. Kunde wouldn't come to Spurs. Diaz chose Liverpool. Spurs are not an attractive team right now. We could have missed out on others, but just wasn't picked up. I mean, this is exactly it. I reckon we went on for more players, but we couldn't get them. Bobby said, all good, Bobby. Great debut on Irish Hotspur. Wow, you went on Irish Hotspur last night, Bobby. Big yourself up, man. You talk well. I did say this. I did say you should get on more podcasts. Sorry, lads, about to start work now. We'll end up watching the show later on. Hope you have a great one like you usually do. Comedies first. Have a great day at work. And we'll see you later. Thanks very much for dropping by, and we appreciate your support. Dara's saying, isn't the director of football meant to be looking for players? Surely there shouldn't be panic buys. Bobby K, it's an addiction in it. Could have easily got the Adama done if we paid the extra 5 mil or trying to haggle. This wouldn't have given us enough free time to do deals like Luis Diaz. And finally, SOF says, I said it yesterday, I think Conte walks, Leicester stack Rodgers and hires Potter. And then Spurs boss next season will be Brendan Rodgers. Hope I'm wrong, but this board makes poor decisions. Wow, if you call those three, triangle merry-go-rounds, then that would be interesting. But 20 minutes of just pure comments and talking on an amazing few subjects there. Let's get into the preview. Andre, I'm going to hand it over to you to start things off. But this isn't the preview first. You're going to just give us the rundown on those Conte comments and sort of fill us in with the key details as to how the news suddenly broke. Obviously, the press conferences, and maybe you can pick up a couple of parts there for us.
All right. Well, if some of you follow us on socials, you would have seen that we already put one of his biggest comments out there, the one we were just talking about. But there was another one afterwards that he did talk about, which was the fact that he's basically saying that he wants to make sure that everyone knows that we have players like Tottenham's way of doing things is to bring players that are promising, which to me sounds weird. Wouldn't you think, James? Because he wants players that are ready.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what he said, wasn't it? Something similar to that.
Yeah, and he says that's the vision of the club. But he says if you want to, so the quote is, "This is the vision of the club. If you want to be competitive more quickly, I think you need players with a lot of experience. But again, the vision of the club is this, which is the fact that they want young players." So I don't know about you, but the fact that there's already a disagreement there, what are you doing, Levy? Just back the guy. You brought him in, back him.
I just can't believe there's already some kind of dispute, some unsettlement around the whole manager and board after 3 months. 3 months this guy's been in charge. 3 months, and we're already getting Conte questioning decisions in the transfer market. I mean, he even said let's get this quote up here. I mean, he literally said, here it is. He used a lot of words. This is why you got to take it with a pinch of salt. He used a lot of the word may, and he said have on paper, and that makes it less definitive. It's more of a suggestion that those are looking in from the outside may see on paper that numerically, of course, Spurs have weakened with their squad. Because obviously he said 4 players left in January, 4 important players for Tottenham, 2 have arrived. So even numerically, instead of strengthening, you may have on paper weakened. So the reason he says on paper is because he's saying, well, 2 minus 4 is -2. We've lost 2 players. But he's also saying Bentancur and Kulusevski are the ideal prospect for Tottenham because Tottenham is looking for young players to be developed, not ready players. This is the speech. So maybe he's also saying he wanted some world-class players already established. Maybe Bentancur fits that model more than Kulusevski, but Kulusevski is still a very young player. He needs time to develop and adapt to the Premier League. Whereas maybe what he's saying is he needed some Premier League proven players, some world-class players already to fit in. And if he doesn't get that in the summer, that is when we are really going to have a problem.
Yeah, I agree.
Miles is in there. Pick yourself up, Miles. He says, club is mudded. Enoch must sell. Fat Sam is too ambitious for a move for Levy. Big Sam next season. More like Sam Allardyce. Unbelievable. Nick 6 foot defenders 4-4-2. Long ball football. Here we come.
Oh my.
Wembley saying Rafa. Unbelievable. They're going to get Martin O'Neill out of retirement. Can't wait for hoofball relegation football. Oh, it's all gone mad in the chat.
I don't want to think about that.
Villa, Wolves, Newcastle, that's 3 teams that will spend in the summer. Spurs cannot buy a load of kids and think they'll stay above those teams, let alone compete for top 4. Kane could also go. Yeah, it's mad. But obviously, we covered the main points about this Conte interview naturally at the start. But, I mean, the one that's in the title of the video that concerns me the most is Conte said within one of the interviews, I feel the 1% possibility to finish 4th. Now, the fact he's saying he feels 1% possibility to finish 4th, Andre, what does that tell you? What does that say? Does that say he's not confident? He only thinks 1% chance Spurs can finish top 4, or is he maybe over compensating. He's saying like we've gone from maybe favourites to not favourites based on the form.
Look, we are on the verge of breaking a new record for Conte, losing 4 matches in a row.
Wow.
You tell me if you would feel confident in that with that.
It's probably one of the toughest spells of his career. Like, don't forget at the end of the Brighton game, right? We were on a high. We were through to the next round of the FA Cup. We had 2 home games against Wolves and Southampton, and suddenly, bang, 2 losses. He's broke he's gonna break that record, like you said, of most amount of losses in a row, and 3 league losses in a row. Don't forget we lost to Chelsea in the league. 3 league losses in a row for the first time since 2009.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's unbelievable. I think it's unbelievable. Nick saying, no, James, it's a mistranslation. What he said was, if there's only 1% chance to win, that's all he needs to fight. Wow.
Ooh. Well, that's much better.
So this is another example, right, of because I tried to find the exact quote, right, and I found I found a lot of quotes on Spurs Twitter saying, you know, I feel the 1% possibility to finish 4th, and Antonio Conte admits that the task at Tottenham is totally different to his previous jobs. So potentially this was taken out of context, but maybe this is what we're saying from the very start. You've got to take some of these comments with a pinch of salt. And actually, this is another example of why media outlets try and spin interviews to sounding worse than they are. And this is why there's probably a bit of panic, including myself, to be honest with you. The 1% quote is wildly taken out of context. Yeah, what Kane said. At least Roy Keane would rustle a few complacent feathers. And he said the difference is that the other clubs, it was just 1% belief to finish first. With us, it's top 4. So there... I feel like that suggests that he's saying with us it's top 4 that's 1%. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. Maybe
that, you know what, Kane, that makes more sense because he already had a press conference saying how he's not used to being in a club where it's the goals of the club is to make top 4 because he's so used to making the goal of the club being to finish in first. So yeah. that might be the right one. That might be the right one.
Yeah, I feel like this is it. Like I said, guys, I haven't actually seen the interview, but I'm just going with the quotes I've been given. And I understand, I said from the start, this is twisted. This will be twisted. It's the media, right? We broke Jose's trophy record, so another record broken by Spurs ruining managers. It doesn't surprise me. Roy King would throw his boots at players. Simon Jordan was spot on about the media coverage of Conte. Yeah, this guy... TalkSport, he's one of the guys that speaks real sense on there. But I think that's enough about Conte now. In a way, it's a little bit, you know, it can get a little bit degrading talking about it all. But guys, we're like sort of halfway through this video. Please smash the thumbs up button. There's like 20 of you watching right now on all socials. Please smash the thumbs up button. It really helps the channel out. And I see a couple of new faces in here today. Please subscribe. We're really on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and that would really be game-changing in terms of bringing you daily podcasts, daily videos, daily analysis, daily quizzes, like whatever you guys want. This is why we need to push to 1K, and we're so close. You know, 620 subscribers strong now. The growth's been crazy. Me and Andre were looking at it. We gained like 300 subs like in 3 weeks. It's mad. But guys, keep hitting the thumbs up and subscribe button. It really, really does mean a lot, and we really appreciate you guys stopping off as always. Nick's saying it's Sky Sports, mate. They have an agenda against us. Of course, they're going to twist everything he says. It doesn't surprise me, honestly, Nick. You're spot on. You know, these guys at Sky Sports, they've become so incredible now. We don't even use them. I think we use one journalist, and that's because he doesn't have too much to do with actual Sky Sports. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano, Sky Sport Italia is a little bit different. The UK setup is an absolute joke. Gogeta's saying, Antonio, big yourself up, Gogeta. A lot of the players deserve a few boots thrown at them. Nick, that's true. They twisted Harry Kane's comments. Anyway, let's talk Man City at the weekend. Okay, it's daunting. Yes, Andre, let's make ourselves feel a lot better about this and analyse who is on fire for Man City at the moment. I know you've been doing a hell of a lot of stat crunching, and let's just get it on screen now. The first player, talk us through him at the moment, the man on fire for Man City.
Well, it's no surprise, Raheem Sterling We got to watch out for them. Actually, the 3 players we picked today are at the front. They've been on fire. This guy here already, he's got what is it? He's got 13 goals. Yeah, 13 goals and 5 assists from 31 matches. It's ridiculous. And in his recent he scored 3 against Norwich recently. And he scored 1 goal and 1 assist in the Sporting CP massacre, if you guys saw that. So, I would watch out for him, obviously. He's already giving us headaches. If you guys remember that Champions League game where we faced them a few years ago.
Yep.
Sterling was bothering me so much. But you know what? I mean, I'm not even confident right now. I think he's going to slip right through our defense. Especially
Andre, you're meant to be filling us with confidence.
Hey, look, I'm just trying to be realistic right now. We've tried to be confident, and I don't know, man. But you know what? Maybe you're right. I'm being a little bit of a negative person here. Let's just keep it positive. You know what? I think we've kept him in the pocket before. We can do it again. Let's hope Emerson's or Doherty, whoever starts, is at their A game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Emerson or Doherty at their A game. Wow. I mean, I've just seen a flying pig across my office there. That's unbelievable. Rishi, I'm not surprised it's affecting your exams there, mate. He says, I have exams soon and I'm pressured by it and Spurs are upsetting me. He said, what do you guys think of Jed Spence? I think he's an absolute baller. I can't quite understand why he's been loaned from one championship club to another. I looked into him a bit more, and he's actually, in hot pursuit by Liverpool, Spurs. I think he's going to go to a top Premier League club. He looks like a proper good right back. What do you think, Andre?
Yeah, he looks decent. He looks good. I would say bring him in. Anyone's better.
We have to absolutely flood the midfield on Saturday, 3-5-2, if not 3-6-1. Wow.
Well, I will say this, Wembley. When we were picking the top 3, we actually made a joke saying we should just put all of them to watch out for. Man City is stacked. And 100%, if we are not controlling that midfield, we will get absolutely destroyed. So Bentancur, whoever he decides to put in that midfield, they need to bring their A game. Every single player does. But that midfield, if we don't control it, it's over.
Yeah, Kane's saying Spence may have attitude problems. And also, by the way, Andre, you're speaking complete facts. Sorry, I was just trying to get through these comments so I don't get behind again. Against City, play 3-5-2. Lloris, Tanganga, Romero. So he's gone Tanganga right wing back. Romero, Diane, Rodon in the middle. Reguilon left wing back. Højbjerg, Bentancur, Kulu, Kane. What do you think of that?
Ooh, he's sitting down Moura, eh? Okay.
Do you know what? I said that, though. I said that about the Wolves game. I said it's a huge game for Lucas Moura. He has to perform well or his position is up for grabs. And guess what? He didn't have he had a really bad game again. He didn't really get involved. He didn't do a lot. I think Bergwijn or Kulusevski could come in for Lucas Moura against Man City. I really do.
Yeah, you're right. I'm pretty sure I put him in my bottom 3 just because I expected more from him. It was a real letdown.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's move on to our next player.
Yeah, please do. And wow, another absolutely ridiculous player. Probably put him in the top 10 in the world at the moment. This guy, he's unbelievable. Been unbelievable for City all season. Probably their player of the season so far. Let's talk us through him.
Well, did you see his goal against Sporting CP?
Half volley. Wow.
Yeah. You oh my god, I could see that. That could be such an easy goal for him against Tottenham, man. Sanchez is gonna be standing there watching it go in.
Yeah,
but let's see, 33 matches, 10 goals, 3 assists. He got 2 goals, 1 assist against Sporting CP. The last goal he scored against Tottenham was in the Champions League, April 17, 2019. Although it was more of an own goal, but it counts. So yeah,
Was that the game where we beat him in the quarterfinal?
Yeah, where we technically lost on the day.
Basically, no, it doesn't matter because the last time he scored against us, we went on to the Champions League final. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's another guy who's on fire, and I wouldn't be surprised if they play him against us.
Wow. Okay. And do you think he's more of a threat than Sterling, or do you think they're just all as much of a threat as each other?
I wouldn't be surprised. They have their own. I would say they have their own. They're different, but they're just as deadly.
Okay. I'm going to get onto this question in just a minute, Nick. I think it's a great question. It's a great talking point. I'm going to do a little 5-minute feature on it. He's saying, should Kane be dropped for Man City? Guys, get your considerations
Ooh.
in the chat in just a moment. Not yet. I'll read them out in about 2 minutes' time. We'll get into it. He's saying pace and counter-attacks is how we beat them last time, and Kane slows us considerably. Should Kane be on the bench? Kane is going to see absolutely nothing of the ball Saturday anyway, so I'd rest him and let Scarlett run around and chase the lost causes.
Wow.
We should probably just park the bus and put Son up for Kane up front. Mark Sine says, even lads, really do think it matters who we play. Do you really think it matters who we play against City? 9-1 is my formation. Yeah, big yourself up, Mark. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, I think that's what the general consensus is. Maybe rest some players. Peter Simons is in here. I've not seen you either before, Peter. I hope you're doing well, mate. And hope you're enjoying the channel. He says, Mark's about right. 9-1 formation is what we're going for. Absolutely agree. Pointless playing Kane on Saturday. Bring back Llorente. All is forgotten. Yeah, bring it. Unbelievable off the knee, even though it's probably the arm. And not drop Kane. Rest him. Well, it's definitely a talking point for in a minute, fellas. But we're going to go on to our final player out of the 3 that Andre has picked up. We'll call it the Andre Hot 3. And who is the third one?
Well, no surprise, Riyad Mahrez. That guy's been on fire this season. He's really stacking up those goals, those assists compared to last season. Right now, 29 matches, you got 17 goals, 7 assists. That guy.
Wait, and how many games?
29.
So wait, whoa, 29 games, 17 goals, 7 assists.
Yes.
This guy's getting a goal contribution a game almost.
His last 4 games, he got 4 goals and 2 assists.
Oh, so he's getting a goal and a half contribution a game.
Yeah, man, that guy's on fire. God. He's bringing it to Tottenham today. On Saturday or whatever.
1.5 goal contributions a game.
Yeah, and you know what? He was. I really liked him when he was at Leicester, and I kind of wanted them to bring him in, but we missed out on that one.
That's what Nick's saying as well. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Wow,
man. Yeah. So watch out for this guy. Watch out for him. He has his moments where nothing's really happening, but right now he is on form. He's on tip-top shape. That left back, Reguilon, who's on the left side? Davies. Oh no, Davies.
Oh no, not Davies. So you think it's going to be Davies against Mahrez?
Well, I mean, if you put Rodin, do you think it would be a good idea to just give him the one chance where he could absolutely get destroyed because it's Man City? Do you give Rodin that chance and completely ruin his morale?
Listen, I don't know, but the fact that we just read out those 3 stats for all those players, they're on fire. Man City, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I'm sure we can get it up unless you've already got it ready, Andre. But Man City's form is ridiculous as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in their since returning from the international break. They have 2 wins. Oh, was it? Sorry, they have
2
4
wins in 11 games. I do not think so.
No. From international return, which is 4 games they played, they have 4 wins. They've won all 4 of them against Norwich, Sporting, Brentford, and Fulham. Yep. And do you want to take a guess at how many goals they've scored in those 4?
15.
Yes. 15. And they've conceded 1 goal.
Oh my goodness. 15-1, not bad. And then they drew 1-1 against Southampton, 1-0 win against Chelsea, 4-1 win against Swindon, 2-1 against Arsenal win, 1-0 against Brentford win, 6-3 against Leicester win, 4-0 against Newcastle win, 7-0 against Leeds, 1-0 against Wolves, and then they lost in the Champions League against Leipzig away 2-1.
So I mean, it's just that's their last.
I mean, just to put it in perspective, it's just all green on this score app. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and if you want to compare after the return from the international break, we have 1 win from 3. We beat Brighton and we lost to Southampton and Wolves. We've scored 5 goals compared to their 15, and we've conceded 6. So that says a lot.
Oh my goodness. Well, all I can say is I'm looking forward to the fan phone-in show tomorrow to hear some more opinions about this game. So, yeah, guys, check out tomorrow evening. We're going to be doing the fan phone-in show as always. Probably around 7 o'clock. We will confirm it tomorrow in our community section. But the fan phone-in show will be where we get some of you guys in the comments or whoever it may be. just to talk about Spurs and how they're feeling about it. But Mark saying, I remember when we lost 7-0 to Liverpool in 1978. Please, any less on Saturday is a bonus. I mean, the fact we're even contemplating it could be near 7-0 is absolutely unbelievable. The good news is Dyer's back. That's great news. Who would have thought I'd ever say that in a sentence? But
yeah.
Let's have this final talking point. Unless, Andre, you have anything else to say about the players. I think you said everything now, right?
Well, I guess the last thing we could talk about is the last 5 matches that we've played against them. We have 3 wins, 2 losses, 2 wins in the 2020 season, 2 losses in the 2021 season, including that final in the Carabao Cup. And in this last one, we beat them. And it wasn't even with Conte. So we'll see. This will be Conte's first match against Man City with Tottenham in the way they are.
So were you saying in 5 matches we've won 3 and lost 2?
Yes.
Wow, so we're actually ahead on the head-to-head. However,
that may
this
change.
season is a bit different. And also, notice there's never been a draw in the last 5 games.
Yeah, no, the last draw, I'm pretty sure, was the 2019 game, the last Man City game that Pochettino played with Tottenham.
That was when Lucas Moura came on and scored after 20 seconds, wasn't it? I can't believe that was 2019. Yeah. That's crazy. That is exactly right. Yeah, he came on in the 56th minute, came on for a corner, and scored that header in the 56th minute. Wow. Yeah, crazy. Ainami saying, I hope my connection doesn't mess up. This storm is looking frightening. Ainami, are you England based? Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. 100 mile an hour winds. If you're in the southwest of England, you've really got to be careful. It's just got to make sure you're all good. But the last talk, go on, Andre.
Well, I had one more question actually. If Dyer's going to be put in, who would you take out?
Sanchez.
Because
Ben Davies is technically doing worse than Sanchez right now, but you have to keep him in because the left-footed thing, the left centre back.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say
you can't play Dyer with his left foot. I mean,
well, I would say Sanchez. I say he's a little better than Davies because I would keep Sanchez because when Sanchez has good players to cover him, Sanchez gets filled with this confidence. He's like, oh, okay, I got to play like these guys. I have 2 players backing me, I can do it. But with Davies, he's slipping Davies right now to me. Okay. He could be playing amazing. He'll slip and you'll let in a goal. That's the reality of it. Sanchez, he steps up sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my
most of the guys are saying Sanchez over Davies, though.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm
saying. Sorry. Nick is saying Davies, Dyer, Romero, so he's saying drop Sanchez. Miles is saying Sanchez over Davies easily. So it's a good talking point, this one, actually, Andre. Nice talking point you brought up here.
Mm-hmm.
Peter's saying maybe we'll be lucky and the game will be postponed because of the storms. Maybe the storm will get the game postponed. A common theme going on here. And I'm in Somerset, so thanks for the warning. Yeah, Mark, definitely stay safe. Somerset, trying to think Somerset. Yeah, that is southwest. So yeah, definitely watch out there and keep yourself indoors if you can. I think Sanchez plays a lot better when Dyer is on the pitch. I believe that he helps him to stay composed. There you go.
Yeah. I think when there's like I said, when there's I guess adding on to Yanami's point, which actually, it's very, very good point. I think the part that I was missing is when he has someone to lead him, he plays better. But Kane here,
but yeah.
Right. Oh my God.
That's in your head. That's in your head as well. That image of him face planting.
Yeah, I felt so bad because I felt I felt so bad for him because that's gonna be on YouTube forever. Like
that's just awful. We have a very un-Tottenham way on Saturday to stand any chance, break the game at every opportunity. Time waits from minute 1, fake injury, receive the ball as far up field as possible, says Wembley. Yeah, we got to absolutely shit out this basically if we're going to get any kind of result. But look, guys, 2 minutes left. Let's debate. Does Kane start on Saturday? Andre, I'm hitting you with a hook, line, and sinker to start things off. Go.
I think he does. Look, the way that we're playing, the formation Conte wants, Son needs someone there. The difference when Son was playing during the Pochettino era and it was just him, not Kane, was that he was able to change the formation to something that worked for him. But I don't think that this formation they have going on right now, please tell me, who would you put beside Son? Please tell me. Who? No one. No one can really step up. Well, actually, would Bergwijn work?
Do you know what? I was actually going to suggest maybe why don't it normally happens naturally anyway with Kane. But I'm saying why don't we try a 3-4-1-2 where we have two strikers up front in Son and Lucas or Son and Bergwijn, and then we have Kane just behind so he can drop deep and spray those unbelievable passes we know he can do to the runners of Son and Lucas. We need to get behind this Man City defence. It's not quite as good as everyone thinks it is. There is frailties at the back at Man City. We have to exploit on the counter-attack. Kane has unbelievable vision and passing. I'm saying spray these balls up to these two strikers up front, and then we play the 4 in midfield. But technically, Kane's coming to join that midfield, and then 3 at the back. The only thing I'd say about that is I think we're doing better with the 3-5-2 over the 3-4-3, and the 3-4-1-2 is similar to the 3-4-3. So that would be the only thing I'd say. But I would say play Kane, but maybe put him deeper like he has the assets to do.
Yeah, he would be pulling a Rooney there. That would work. I think
But,
his passing's great. I actually put him in my top 3 for the last game because even though, he didn't have that great of a performance, he was getting in the box. He was getting the passes going. His finishing wasn't the best, but at the moment with our options, he needs to be on, I think.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Kulusevski in the middle? I've seen a lot of people comment this recently. For me, I don't think he's a midfielder. I would try him as a second striker, almost like Dele did under Mourinho, where you kind of support the striker up front and see how that works. But I don't see him as a centre mid.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you were saying to play him more in the middle, but center mid? I don't know. That'd be a risky one to try in the Man City game.
This comment here, I do agree with this, Wembley, as well. I do think that we will play 5 in midfield, though. I think we'll have to play... Is Skip back for this game?
I haven't seen anything about that. I'm pretty sure the last time I saw some news about Skip is they were actually worried as to how serious it was.
So it sounds like it could be Højbjerg, Bentancur, and Winks, right?
Yeah.
Then who do you play as the wing backs? Do you go Doherty and Reguilon, or do you go Reguilon and Emerson? And then I don't think this is an easy 11 to pick because I think he's probably going to play it safe and go Son, Kane up front, Winks, Bentancur, and Højbjerg in the middle. I think he'll then probably play Emerson. No, will he play Doherty? Maybe Doherty, Reguilon, and then...
And Doherty keep up with Sterling?
I don't know. No, is the answer. Spurs are our club and we will always love our club. For one, I will never support this board because they are proven in 21 years they are failures on the footballing side, so it's time for them to go. And Ellie's also said we should just play as 11-0-0, part of the bus versus City, and then perhaps we'll scrape a draw. Just kidding. Yeah, just who knows how this game's going to go, to be honest with you. And Wembley saying no, Skip is out. Oh, that's bad, man. That's bad.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, that is the end of this video. I think we've had some unbelievable, spontaneous talking points. You guys are bringing in great comments and great talking points for us to, talk amongst yourselves, chat amongst yourselves, chat with us is absolutely brilliant. And we really appreciate the support. Guys, before you log off, before you hop off, just to let you know, I will be on Irish Hotspur's channel at 9:30 tonight, which is in 35 minutes. So make sure you come and support me on there and big yourselves up if you come and watch the Irish Hotspur's channel with me on the panel tonight. I mean, there's probably going to be a few hundred watching, so I'd really appreciate your support. Andre, thank you for joining me as always.
Thank you. And everyone, keep your heads up high. We got to be positive.
And also, guys, before we do log off, as well as hitting the like button and subscribing if you're new, we have got Fan Phone in Friday tomorrow at around 7 o'clock, so stay tuned for that. It's always great getting some of you guys in here. So if you fancy talking, let us know on social media or give us a message on the comments and we'll get you in tomorrow. Nick normally joins, Ellie normally joins. We have Dave in, Jack in. It just depends who comes in. Saturday, we've got the match review straight after the game, after the Man City game. If we lose, come and rant with us and come and talk to us about the game straight after the game. And also on Sunday, we have the quiz, the highly anticipated quiz. It's Irish Hotspur and Jack against Tottenham on tour. It's going to be an absolute blast. Me and Andre have prepared this amazing quiz, and you guys can get involved in the answers. So please, please, please stay tuned. You've got 4 days of content coming up, and you got me on the Irish Hotspur later. So there's so much content to watch, guys. Stay tuned. Keep supporting. You guys are brilliant. Have a lovely evening. And if you're in the UK, stay safe because of that storm. And we will see you guys very, very soon tomorrow. Take care and come on, you Spurs.
On you, Spurs.